David, I have to confess to having never actually read, or certainly not understood the phenomenon of man or the omega point. But he did have visions, and they were almost sort of Blakean. They were visual. And I think it was what threw me with the visions. I think I understood the idea completely, but what baffled me was that he actually saw these things. And I had even traveled in China at the time I read them, or tried to read them. I think that was, I travelled in China, I got back to my parents' flat in Bath, had this sort of whammo intellectual epiphany and started reading stuff like that. But it wasn't, there was no sense perception involved. It was cognition. Yeah. The moon's filling up. What does it fill with? I certainly feel like this thing is coming together. I'm a bit more than a bit worried that it's because you've died. I'd really like to hear from you, but I kind of like to hear from my parents and my daughter and my brother and my cousin and all the other people involved. All I hear from is myself. All about Eve, Lady Moonlight. I just feel safer with women. That's my lot. David Gilmour was involved with All About Eve at some level. That was just a string of absolute gems. What a phenomenon. Hillary Nicholson gave me that album for a birthday present. So it was my birthday in 1991. Thank you, Hillary. What a present. The cloud is blowing over from the north. So Watford sees the moon, and then about 30 minutes later I see the moon through the same patch. Maybe you can make a Galois connection out of that. Trees and mathematics really help with the psychogenic fugue. Oh, hello. That was a fox, I think. That's the sounds of the footsteps. They're muntjac too. In Africa you can see the eyes when you do that. That's lovely seeing hyenas and springbok, and I don't think I saw springbok. I'm not sure what I saw at the lake. Those were really nice nights at Kariba on my own. Especially the one where I got the fright. Wow. My phone's filling up. I still haven't worked out how to get space on my disk. I don't know what to do. For £300 I could buy a laptop with 1 or 2 terabytes of store. So maybe for less I could buy a USB backup drive, but it would take a long time to back these videos up, and I don't know if anybody needs them or not. I don't know what to do with them. I mean, maybe they're all junk. Dropbox is good for sharing. You can just send an MP4 link. But now I've got a whole lot of videos in my folder that have got red crosses, red diagonal crosses on them, whereas previously they had blue sync loops, and now they're red diagonal crosses, but the videos still seem to be there. So I don't know what that means, and I've got to find a manual for the thing, or a video explaining how it works. Oh, it's terrible, and I keep getting Microsoft OneDrive popping up and saying, oh, you know, you should have used us. There goes Harry Potter.